Yo, what's going on YouTube, man? Well, as you can see by the title, we're talking about 10 months on semen retention. And you know what I'm saying, man? I was sitting here and I was just putting together some videos. I always make my videos in like twos or threes and then, I'll release them over time. And I was about to sit here and make a sex on semen retention part 3 video because I actually had I fucked this MILF back in like it was like around the week of April 30th. It was the last week of April, and I never made a video on it. I did make a video, but that first video got interrupted, and then I made another video, and like I don't know, I was just kind of rambling in the video. I think I was just really tired when I made it. So I just kind of forgot about the topic, man. But I was sitting here, I was like, man, I need to go ahead and make a video for that because I still get comments and things like that. People asking me to talk about my experiences. And, when you go 8 months of complete celibacy, having sex for the first time after 8 months is a pretty big deal. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of nervous. I was a little bit anxious about what was going to happen. But I had a pretty good time, man. I'll make a separate video about that because that's its own little thing. But I was sitting here thinking about that video, just kind of getting my thoughts together. And I was like, damn, that was all the way back in April. You know what I'm saying? We're in June now. It's June, June 5th. And I just started counting back the days. And I was like, okay, I started around August 22nd, give or take a day or two, right? I know it was the last week of, or the second to last week of August, I think. Whatever. I know it was August 20-something, right? And I started counting up the months. I was like, okay, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. And I was like, God damn, that's 10 fingers. It's been 10 months, man. And it's so surreal because, like I was telling you guys in my last few updates of just doing this for months and months and months, the more successful you get with this, the less big of a deal it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking to my cousin the other day, and he does this as well. I don't think his streak is quite as long as mine, but he's been doing this as well. And if he does fall off, he'll get right back on it. You just change your whole outlook on porn and jacking off and all of that. The only difference between me and him is if he has sex with a girl, he's gonna go ahead and bust that nut. I'm not going to. You know what I'm saying? When I had sex with that lady back in April, I didn't do anything. I still retained. So I'm 10 months in strong of retaining, and I was talking to him. And we were talking about how, like, when you tell yourself in your mind that I'm going to go a month of retaining, or I'm going to go 3 months, 90 days. A lot of people do that 90-day reboot. I'm going to go 90 days of retaining. I'm going to do this long of retaining. I'm going to do that long. You're inadvertently kind of setting a guideline in your brain that basically makes provisions for you to fail easier the closer you get to that goal. So if you say 90 days, by day 80, you're starting to really kind of get worried. It's like, oh man, it's getting tough, but all I got to do is make it 10 more days, 10 more days. And by the time you get to day 90, you've kind of already inadvertently set it up in your brain that, okay, I can finally stop. I can relax now. I can relapse. So that's why I encourage people to, you want to stay focused. Don't get me wrong. You want to stay focused. You want to stay disciplined. You don't want to take this lightly because that was my mistake. My last streak of late 2017, early 2018, I got too relaxed. I got too relaxed to the point to where I thought I could just do whatever the fuck I wanted to and I was good. I thought I was just completely cured. And then I ended up relapsing and falling off the horse for a couple of months. You know what I'm saying? But now I found that even medium between being relaxed about it and not caring too much, but at the same time caring enough and staying focused, staying disciplined, watching out for triggers, not engaging in the activities that you were doing that got you into the whole addiction process in the first place, So you want to find that even medium. And, that's what I've always been trying to encourage you guys to do for the past few months of me making these videos. And I really think at this point, I've really mastered it to where I realize that I'm doing semen retention, but at the same time, I don't make a big deal about it. You know what I'm saying? And I've said this before on camera, like, if it wasn't for YouTube, like, I wouldn't even be telling people I do this. It's something I'm very proud of, and I feel like it does set me apart from 99% of the population, both male and female, that I can voluntarily be celibate for damn near a year, and I can retain for damn near a year and all of that. But at the same time, it's not that special. You know, if you pedestalize this whole thing, man, and you make it just your whole lifestyle, and you divert all of your energy into all of this, your brain, you're gonna get like paralysis by analysis. You know, I remember back in like April, it was around the time. No, it wasn't April. It was maybe March, and I was having lots of sexual dreams, man. Like every night, I was having extremely vivid sexual dreams. And I kept waking up like thinking I had had a wet dream. I looked up, I was checking on my sheets and everything, and I didn't have one, but I knew one was probably gonna come if I kept having these vivid sexual dreams. But around that same time, midterms came up. So I was spending all my time focusing on my Chinese, focusing on my math, and all these different things. And all the dreams went away. Why did the dreams go away? Because I wasn't worried anymore. I wasn't focused on those dreams. You know what I'm saying? I had way bigger fish to fry. And you know, that's a perfect example of how it's mind over matter. You can't allow these things to just completely indulge your consciousness, you know what I'm saying? Completely overrun your consciousness, rather. So, you know, man, I feel great, but like I told you guys before, you reach a certain point where you almost kind of get, I don't want to say diminished returns, but you kind of peak. You know what I'm saying? It's like every month you'll gradually feel better and better and better, but you can only feel so good. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't reached a year yet. I haven't reached 2 years yet or 10 years yet. So maybe I will start to feel even better later on. But, you know, I pretty much feel just as good as I did doing this for 6 months. I feel just as good as I did when I was at 8 months and, you know, 9 months. Like, you reach a point where you really kind of reshape yourself. You reshape your consciousness. You rebuild your consciousness. You rebuild the spiritual energy in your body, and it's not that big of a deal anymore, man. It's really not. This is just who I am now. And I was also telling my cousin in that same conversation, like, I don't think I'll ever go back to jacking off. I don't think I'll ever go back to watching porn because I've just completely changed my relationship with those different things. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at those things the same. So even if I lose a little bit of focus with my semen retention path, I'll never fully go back to where I was because I don't look at it the same. But like I was saying earlier in the video, you still have to stay focused because we are recovering addicts. Whether or not you want to look at it that way or not, we are recovering addicts. So as a recovering addict, you know how they say once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic? You know what I'm saying? There's really no such thing as a recovering alcoholic. You're still an alcoholic. Or once a crackhead, always a crackhead, whatever. It's kind of the same thing with us, man, because just like that, you can go back to what you used to be. So you got to stay focused. You got to stay disciplined. But I think after you get past about 6 months, that's around the point where you really realize that, you know, all that shit I was doing before was just unacceptable. It was despicable. It was disgusting. And you just really develop a disdain for the kind of lifestyle you used to live before. And after that, you get a certain focus that you've never really had before. And I think it's very, very hard to go back to relapsing and just slipping up on your path after about 6 months. 6 months is plenty of time to get all of that stuff out of your system and to just completely rewire your brain. So, you know, at this point, man, I'm feeling good. I feel energized. And like I was saying in one of my last videos about using intermittent fasting as a tool, you know, you got to use all this energy and you got to use this newfound clarity, this newfound purity. You got to use all these newfound powers, for lack of a better word, these newfound attributes. You have to use all these different things to help guide you in other lanes of self-improvement. So I've been back on fasting, you know what I'm saying, which is very, very good for you both mentally, physically, and spiritually. I've been exercising harder than ever before in my life. I've been pushing my body to its limits, but I feel fantastic. I've been reading multiple books a week, challenging books too, not some, you know, Rudy Poo-ass book that you could read in a day. I've been reading challenging books. I've been watching all these different documentaries. I've been meditating more than ever before. I've been just really, I've been meeting fantastic people. I've really been trying to better myself in every single respect in my life. I've still been waking up early even though school is out right now. You know, I've been doing everything the right way per se. And I've just really been getting into the continuity of advancement mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, even financially. So you got to use all this energy, man, to help you in other walks of life. You can't just focus just on semen retention, because even though semen retention is extremely powerful, even though NoFap is extremely powerful, it's not enough. It's not enough. You got to use that. That may be the first thing you do, but you got to use that newfound energy to better yourself in other ways too. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut back on the video games, cut back on your phone usage, just your internet usage, period. You got to spend more time in nature. You got to eat cleaner. You got to eat less. A lot of us can eat a lot less and be a lot more healthy. You know what I'm saying? Um, you gotta read more. You gotta learn more. You gotta become more knowledgeable, gain wisdom. You gotta do all these different things, and that's the way you really become. You really put all the pieces to the puzzle. You know, semen retention is just one piece to that puzzle. It's a big piece, but it's only one piece to the puzzle, and it's up to you to create your own purpose in life and start pursuing all these different endeavors to become the best you that you can be. So with all that being said, man, 10 months in, I'm feeling fantastic. I think I look good. I'm feeling good. I'm thinking very well. I feel like I'm articulating myself very well. You know, everything is just great, man. But like I said, I've also been eating clean. I've been exercising really hard. I've been doing a lot of meditation. I've been staying off my phone a lot, cutting back on video games. I've been trying to do everything the right way. And it's always going to be a certain amount of challenge. You know, life is never easy. You have to challenge yourself in order to progress. But it's all going to be worth it in the end. So, you know, like I said, use the semen retention discipline to help motivate you, man. I feel like if I've done 10 months of this, I could do 10 months of anything. All these other different pains and urges and things that I may contend with in my life is nothing compared to giving that up. So use that motivation to encourage you to do better and greater things. So that's pretty much all I have to say on this one, man. I got a couple more videos coming for you guys soon. Appreciate you guys watching. Peace.